Hi everybody, it's Claire back with another art journal video, and this one is an older page that I did again with one of Natalie's collage papers. This page had quite a painterly style to it, so I keep saying this, but I've got a little bit behind with my editing, and so there are some older videos popping up. I hope that's okay with you all. But yeah, so if you follow me on social media, you will have seen this one quite a while ago. I do have lots of these collage papers on my website. Yeah, and I'll ship anywhere basically. Although I would say if you're in Australia, do get them from Nat, it's much cheaper. So I'm going to be sticking this into the large craft journal using some gel medium, and I'm going to be blending this image out onto my page. So there was a release that Nat did where the pages had quite a painterly style to me. They had lots of different brush strokes on them, and so I was kind of inspired to just see if I could emulate that on my journal pages too. So you'll notice a lot of these pages when I've created them have simply had the collage paper and then paint and maybe a bit of stamping and some words, and that's it. I haven't gone in with layers and layers of stenciling and things like that because the painterly marks have been enough to create that interesting background. So I've started off with peacock, then I am using sapphire. So I take my inspiration from the colours on the collage sheet, as I've said before, when I use these collage papers, and I'm just kind of thinking about pulling those colours to the edges just to make it ground that image on my page, make it make sense with what else is there. And then sometimes I do introduce some other colours as well. So what's coming next? Then this is fur, so I'm going with a slightly darker green just to start to introduce those green tones to my page. These are all Dina Wakley Media paints as well, lovely heavy body acrylic. So then this is fur with a little bit of white added. As you can see, there is a tone like that on the collage paper already. And I'm just pulling some of those onto the page and over across onto the collage paper as well. So that helps it all to make sense. And then I've added a touch of olive to that as well. And then I'm just going in with some olive on its own. And I'm overlapping the colours. So before I move on to the warmer colours, I do make sure that that first layer is all dry, because obviously you know that these are opposite on the colour wheel, and these will make brown if I mix the blue and the orange, the green and the orange. So make sure that that first layer is properly dry before I'm going in and adding the warmer tones. So that was Tangelo. It's a nice bright vibrant orange. It's not quite as opaque as a tangerine, but it is a lot brighter. This is rouge, and I'm just starting to add some of those warmer tones. So it's almost like the light is shining on that right hand side of her face, in that kind of that hour before the sun goes down, that golden hour where you get that lovely warm light. That's almost what this image was kind of giving me the feeling of. Then this is magenta, so then I'm just bringing in some lighter pinks as well. I think I might have used a bit of raspberry there too, and just thinking about introducing those nice warm colours. So then I'm using apricot just to extend that skin tone at the top of the page. You'll notice that I've pulled it down onto the face as well, and then I'm just kind of softening those edges. So at the minute it looks a bit odd, but then I'm going to start to introduce some of those lighter tones in other places as well, and I will bring some of the other colours over the top of it. So then I grab some of Nat's older collage papers with the butterflies on, and I'm just sticking those around the edge just to kind of blur some of those edges and blend those out a little bit, and also because they've got really pretty colours on, and they're going to work really nicely with this page. And you can see I'm just using my water brush just to kind of remove those images from the collage paper. It creates those lovely soft edges. I'm going to stick those down again using some gel medium, some matte medium. The reason I use matte medium and not gloss medium is shiny, and I don't really want my journal pages to to be shiny, so I do tend to use a matte gel medium to stick things down, because then that way I know that I'm not going to have little shiny patches all over my work. So then I'm adding some pink dots. So I've scribbled that pink Posca pen onto my glass mat, popped my dotty stamp in it, and then just stamped some of those pink dots on there as well. And I'm doing the same with this sort of nice turquoisey blue. Just building up those layers of colour and mark making. Honestly, this dotty stamp is one of my most used stamps, and it's such a simple idea, but I use it so much. Okay, so time for some words. I'm just using a black Posca pen, and I think what I'm most amazed with this page is that I've actually managed to leave some empty space, some calm space on my page. I don't often manage this, so when I do, I'm always like, oh my gosh, look what I've done. And this quote really spoke to me when I kind of looked at this image. Yeah, and just writing straight onto the page was nice and easy, nice and simple. And then just sometimes I like to go in and just add a slightly bolder line to one side of my letters. It just helps them to stand out a little bit more from the background. And I'm not kind of faffing with them too much, I'm keeping it nice and simple. So that was how this page came together, using Nat's collage paper, keeping that nice loose painterly feel, adding some mark making and a quote, nice and simple. Lots and lots of fun to play with. So thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you again soon.